we found you.
We're not really ever quite, nearly never ever sure
We're
where.
not sure where they're gonna be.
We don't really ever know, hardly never ever know.
We don't know who they're gonna see.
But no matter where we ever go, a friend is all we really need to know.
But without a friend like you, what would a Whooptie do? Let's make some mink and muffin fun.
Yeah. What do you suppose those were? I don't know. I don't recall ever having seen anything quite like that on Earth before. And I usually do remember everything. Do you really? Is that how we come to find ourselves a zillion miles away from home without enough Luffy in the ship to get back? Are you implying that this minor inconvenience is my fault? What? Minor? We may be in big trouble. We have to find the nearest Luffy station. I want the ship completely filled before we even try to find our Earth friend Dee Dee's house. It would be so nice to see our friend Dee Dee again. It would be so nice to see our home planet again. I suppose you are right. Arguing won't solve anything. Shall we attempt to find a Luffy station? Whew!
Aren't we kind of tall for trick-or-treat? Well?
Yes, I am, and thank you for asking.
Right. There you go. Happy Halloween. Okay, I know you two are already here. I'm not gonna forget those outfits in a hurry. Don't be greedy. Go pick on some other neighborhood.
Whew! Perhaps we should simply go home. We cannot go home until we find some Luffy for the ship. But Dweezil.
You guys are getting on my nerves. Now go bug somebody else.
Terribly sorry, but you see, we are in a bit of a spot, and we would be most grateful for some assistance. So please don't shut the door, at least until we can explain that we are Whoopties from the planet Gewhoop, which is located somewhere in Alpha Centauri. Although we are not sure precisely where in Alpha Centauri, because Mike forgot to look at the
Oh, back up a little.
Whew!
That's not... Never mind. Now, who did you say you are?
I don't believe we did say. How unforgivably rude of me. I am Mink, and I am Muffin, and we are Whoopties from the planet Gewhoop, which is located somewhere
Sure. It's Chuck, isn't it? I thought that voice sounded familiar. I'd like get that silly head off you and... How'd you do that? Who are you guys anyway? And what is that thing?
I am Mink. I could have sworn I just said that. And I am Muffin. That is an eat-hog, and we are Whoopties from the planet Gewhoop.
Planet? Like, from outer space? Really? Oh, wow!
At any rate, we don't mean to bother you, but could you tell us where we might find the nearest Luffy station?
Nearest what? What's Luffy? I mean, I'd like to help and all, because if you're real alien life forms, oh, this is totally amazing.
There is no word for Luffy on Earth. But Dweezil, we may have a little problem.
Hey, why don't you just guys come in here, and we'll try and sort this out. Can someone give me a hand and on whatever he did to my door?
This is serious. How could you possibly forget Luffy? You used the ship last. I assume you filled it with Luffy.
What is Luffy?
Luffy makes our spaceship go.
You mean, it's fuel?
Well, I suppose it is. But that's all I can tell you about it. There doesn't seem to be a word for it on Earth. But if the Etrog can't find a word for it on Earth, then it must not exist. And we may never get home to Gewhoop. Oofa-way-wa.
Come on. There must be something here that can fuel your ship. Is Luffy like propane? Or coal? Or what? Let me try again. What burns to make the ship go?
Burns? Why would something burn? That would get awfully hot, not to mention dangerous.
No. That is how things travel in space. Something burns so that a force shooting in one direction pushes the object in the other direction. It's a basic law of nature.
That sounds very interesting, but it doesn't have anything to do with our ship. Perhaps it is only a bylaw. Whee!
Wait a sec. I did this science project on force and motion with a friend of mine. We put all the stuff in a disc, and I bet she still got it. Let me go check. Just wait here. And don't open the door for anyone.
Back off, buckos. Touch my candy and your toast. Gee, Mickey, I thought you decided you were too grown up for trick-or-treat. Whatever it is you're supposed to be, you look incredibly silly.
This is something I have never ever seen. Such nice colors. Orange, purple, blue, and green. They look awfully appetizing. Knowing you, that's not surprising. We so enjoy discovering something new. It's not often there's an opportunity for a special treat that's new to you and me. Do you think that we should wait?
I see no need to hesitate.
We so enjoy discovering something new. I love the thrill one gets until the time is right to take a bite. We so enjoy discovering something new.
Sure, I'm sure. We only used one computer disk and this is it.
Dee Dee, I never thought I'd need to look at this force and motion stuff again, but I'm sure glad you saved it.
What exactly do you need it for?
These two it's this friend of mine. He was trying to tell me about some spaceship that didn't burn fuel.
Right. What does he think they do? Launch it with a slingshot? Hey, wait a sec. My dad's program is still on there. And if that disk got munched...
Don't worry. I'll just save it. I'll even print out a copy so that if anything did happen, he'd still have the stuff. What is it anyhow?
Something about his income tax, I think. He didn't seem too thrilled, so I didn't ask. Mickey, I still don't understand why you need the Force in Motion project. I mean, I had to explain absolutely everything to you.
Don't rub it in. Besides, I don't need to understand the stuff. I just have to run the program. And I am the grade 7 computer genius, remember?
And I am the grade 5 science genius, remember?
Hey, are you still mad because I said we're too old to trick-or-treat? I told you to go ahead if you want. I'm too old, but you're still...
Don't you dare call me a little kid. Go ahead and play with the silly computer. I'm gonna go upstairs and watch TV.
Great, I can get Mink. I mean, there's a really good movie on Channel 5. All set. Now I'll get Mink and Muffin and... And to stop the trick-or-treat crowd, I'll make like nobody's home.
This is most unusual. Pleasant taste, but I don't much care for the texture.
Mickey, get out of there! You goofs are gonna dress up, then you can go get your own loot. I'm gonna tell Mom and Dad when they get home. Boy, are you in for it, Mickey.
Sorry I took so long.
That's all right, but could you tell me, what is a Mickey?
That's me. That's my name, Mickey.
That small creature must have thought that I was Mickey, although I do not understand why. I see very little resemblance.
What small creature?
It was about this big, and it didn't seem at all pleased when it finally disappeared. It was most concerned about this.
Disappeared? Oh no. You disappeared my baby brother? My poor only brother. Gone forever.
Don't you wish? If it's not you and that girl in the costumes, who is it?
I am Muffin. And I am Mink. And we are Whoopties from the planet Gewhoop.
Hey, that's pretty good. Should have known that you and that girl wouldn't come up with anything this neat.
If you don't mind, Mink and Muffin have an emergency. And
Hey, I'm out of here. And whoever your buddies are, they can keep their paws out of my candy.
remember, you're supposed to.
Check in with you till Mom and Dad get home. Yeah.
And if I'm not here,
You'll be at that girl's house. Yeah.
Mickey, what is a costume?
it's a disguise. Something you wear so you don't look like you.
Why would one want to do that?
Because it's Halloween. But I guess you wouldn't know that. Come on. We have to get to my friend's computer. But I'll try and explain on the way. On Earth, well, at least North America, kids dress up in costumes and go out trick-or-treating.
Me wobbit. So on Halloween night, witches, goblins, and demon spirits roam. But there are really no such things, and children disguise themselves as these creatures that don't exist and travel from place to place threatening to play tricks. And for this, they are rewarded with treats. Wait, Weasel. I don't think we do things quite like this on Gewhoop.
If we don't figure out what fuels their ship, you won't be doing anything on Gewhoop. Now, this is a computer, and we have to give it all the information we possibly can about Luffy.
What? Etrogs and computers are distant relatives, and they get along exceedingly well.
Mickey? What are you doing in the dark?
Dee Dee! I can explain.
Weasel!
Could I safely assume that somehow you all know each other?
Of course, we met Dee Dee on an earlier visit. In fact, it's Dee Dee that we have come to see. Only Dee Dee, an awful thing has happened. Oh dear me, yes. We haven't enough Luffy to get home.
Luffy?
That's what they call their fuel for their ship. That's why.
You needed the computer in that Force in Motion project. Well, why didn't you just say so?
Oh yeah, sure. Hey Dee Dee, I need to use a computer to help some extraterrestrials find a gas station. Give me a break. How was I supposed to know they're old friends?
And I hate to presume upon friendship, but could I impose upon you for a small snack?
Sure, help yourself. You know where the napkins are. I'll see if I can help Mickey.
Be wobbit, but I do love fast food.
But that has to be it.
And I'm telling you that they said nothing burns. Oh, yuck. You call that food?
That must be... Quick, Mickey. Let me try some. That's it, see?
That's what? This is a section on food.
Right. Luffy is food. The ship eats.
Certainly it eats. How else would it be able to use Luffy?
But why didn't your Etrog tell the computer that?
It did. The computer understands perfectly. Correct me if I am wrong, but it would seem we can't tell exactly what kind of Earth food might work, unless we can analyze samples.
That about says it. The computer keeps saying it's some type of treat. It has a lot of sugar type stuff in it.
So it must be some kind of candy. All we have to do is get our hands on a whole lot of candy.
And how are we going to do that? I've only got $1.50 to my name.
Honestly, Mickey, sometimes you are so thick.
Dee Dee, does this have anything to do with that custom Mickey was telling us about? Whew! About children making threats and being rewarded with treats.
Halloween!
All we have to do is go trick-or-treating, and every kind of candy you could want is there for the asking. dressed up and you hit the street. Ring every bell, knock on every door. That's what Halloween's for.
All we have to do is go from house to house and block to block.
We're gonna have to hurry, because I can't stay out past 8 o'clock.
We'll get a pile of every kind of candy you can find.
And if there's some left over when we're finished, I won't mind.
It's a neat beat, trick or treat.
You get dressed up and you hit the street. Ring every bell, knock on every door.
That's what Halloween's for? That's what Halloween's for!
Thank you very much.
And a happy birthday. No, that's not it. Happy Halloween, I think.
That's it. And nothing can make me put this silly thing on again.
Not even if Angela Bauer were to come down the street at this very minute?
Where? Where is she?
I don't know. I didn't say I saw her, did I? I just said if.
I'm gonna kill you.
What is an Angela Bauer? I'm not sure, but judging from Mickey's reaction, it must be a fearsome beast indeed.
Okay,
What's the matter?
we have a problem. We have all the samples we need, but there's no way to analyze them.
Yuck! What are you doing?
Having a small snack?
You're supposed to eat the candy, not the wrapper. What are you, from another planet or something? What are you guys looking at? I'm not the weirdo eating the paper. No, you can't be. Not really. Be from another planet?
Yes, we can. And in fact, we are. You say this is edible? Perhaps it is an acquired taste.
Your Etrogs can talk to computers, and you can talk to Etrogs? I mean, they understand you?
Certainly.
So, if you ate the candy, then the e-trog could tell the computer what was in it.
And we could find out which treat is a fuel. Luffy for your ship. I can't believe it. All that candy, and nothing is even close.
All my hard-earned candy's gone to a couple of Martians.
Whoopties, if you please. Isn't that interesting? It smells rather like Luffy. Muffin, here, take a bite. Be Wobbit, must I?
Do you ever want to get back to Gewhoop?
That's it. Apples are Luffy.
But the program said it was some type of treat.
Apples used to be considered treats.
Yeah, it never said anything about candy. We just presumed that that was what it meant.
Well, I suppose all is well that ends well. Although, I am somewhat concerned about something. What? I don't know how we're going to get this through the tube for the Luffy.
Don't sweat it. I think I know another name for Luffy.
What's that?
apple juice.
Gee, I wish you weren't leaving already. It wasn't much of a visit.
Next time we'll stay longer. I'm afraid this has shaken me up a bit, and I would like to get home now that I know I can.
At least I learned something. Never assume anything.
I think Eric here learned something too.
Yeah. Never let big brothers, girls, or aliens at your candy.
Where did you get that?
I bought it this afternoon.
You bought candy on Halloween?
So I'm a little kid. Think of it as an occupational hazard. Anybody want some? Mink? Muffin?